comes to Gideon and said, Gideon, I'm going to use you to deliver these backslidden people. God comes to Gideon, and I love his response, Warren, Judges the 6th chapter and the 12th verse, pick me up. I love his, Gideon didn't give you the typical response, like, here I am. Use me, Jesus. Whatever you want for me, God, send me, I'll go. The Bible says in Judges the 6th chapter, 12th verse, an angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, the Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor. Gideon says, oh Lord, if you be with us, why I'm in this situation. All right, it's only for the real people. Me and Pastor Growth. Has God ever told you to do something? And God said, well, you mighty man of valor, you great woman of victory, you highly anointed vessel. Ooh, I'm going to use you. Be like, God, are you serious? If you're going to use me, then why I'm in this mess I'm in? It seemed like if I was so anointed, if I was so wonderful, if I was so blessed, I wouldn't be in this situation I'm in right now. How dare you, God, massage my ego to try to purge me and convince me to do something? God, why am I in this mess if I'm so anointed? Oh, I need to preach to some real people here this morning. Have you ever said, God, why am I in this mess if I'm so anointed? I shouldn't be in this situation. I shouldn't be dealing with this stress. I shouldn't be dealing with this drama. You talking about I'm an anointed, mighty woman of God. I'm an anointed, mighty man of God. Sometimes I can't even put gas in my car. I'm an anointed man of God. I don't even know how to raise my children. I'm an anointed man of God. I don't even know how to keep my marriage together. I'm an anointed man of God. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. You talking about I got some anointing? God, if I'm so anointed, why I'm in this situation? Okay, Gideon says, God, you talking about all this anointing, but nothing around me seems like I got all this power. My circumstance and situation doesn't look like what you're telling me I am. He says, God, if you be with us, why am I in this situation? Second question he asked Quran, to me was just so powerful. He said, and where am all the miracles at? He said, if you say you calling me, where all the miracles at? I ain't seen no bread multiplying. I ain't seen no Red Seas parting. God, I just need, give me one little miracle, God. You talking about you behind me and you love me. Where all them miracles at? You did it for Moses. You did it for Daniel. You did it for Shadrach, Meshach. What about me, God? If you with me so much, can I get a little miracle? Can you multiply my paycheck? Can I just get a little miracle? Can you stretch my time? Can I get a little miracle? I don't need to walk on water. Just give me some water when I'm thirsty. Have you ever asked God for a little miracle? He said, God, if I'm all that, where the miracles at? I done waved my hand on my paycheck and said, Rabbi Shando, and I still ain't got enough. Where the miracle at? You talking about trust God? You can drive on an empty tank? No, I broke down on the side of the road. Where the miracle at? Trusting you, God. I went to the realtor and the computer showed that I'm still in foreclosure. Where is the miracle? If I'm so awesome and if you so much behind me, where my miracle at? Why I'm still sick? How come the lump in my breast hadn't dried up? Why I'm still dealing with diabetes and cancer? Why is my child still sick? What's going on? If you so, where is the miracle? Oh, I need to preach to some real people have gone through some real situation, and you ask God, where is the miracle? I ain't asked you to do nothing that you haven't done. He didn't ask God to do nothing that he hadn't done before. I ain't asked you for no new miracles. Let's do one of them ones you did back then. Says, God, if you're with us, where are the miracles that you did for our father before you brought him Egypt? Third thing he asks, and if you're with us, why have you delivered me into the hands of my enemies? If you're with me, why will you allow my enemies to keep putting their mouth on me? If you with me. Why am I always the subject of the God? If you with me, can I just cuss them out one time, God? If you with me, you say you're going to pay them back. They still prospering. They still driving. They still walk around with their lying mouth. Just twist their mouth one good time, God. Just shut their mouth. Let their tongue fall out if you're really with me. I'm sorry, just me and you, John. I lost the fake folks right through here. If you with me, why have you turned me over to my enemies? If you called me to do this, if you called me to do this, why am I going through the hell I'm going through? God, I wish I could be real right through here, Tim. I hope I don't lose you. I hope you come back next week. But I got about 27 real people that say, God, if I'm a Christian, why in the world am I going through all the hell I'm going through? Woo. Look at your neighbor, somebody, I know that's right. And God says, Gideon, I'm with you. Behold, I'm going to deliver Israel through you. Now, here's the problem. Gideon says, Lord, I come from the least family, and I'm the least of the least in my family. Let me say it again. He says, Lord, I come from the least family, and in my own family, I ain't all that. Lord, I come from the least family, and among my own siblings, I ain't even all that to them. But God says, that's why you qualified. I'm going to take the least likely, the leftover, the looked over and the left behind. God said this is the season when I'm taking people that other people doubted and use you in a way that's going to blow their mind. God, I wish I had somebody here. You don't need an organ or a drum, but will you give God a praise? Because this is the year that God's going to look out for the looked over. God's going to look out for the looked over. Shake your neighbor's hand. Tell him he's looking out for the looked over. He said, woo, Sato. They doubted you. They gave up on you. They said you wasn't going to do much. They laughed at your little ideal, your little business invention. They told you 5 links, 8 links. I ain't got that many links in my house. And that's all right. Keep on overlooking me. This is the year that God going to bless my book. He's going to bless my music. He's going to bless my ideals. He's going to bless my invention. This is the year everything you looked over and laughed about, God is going to bless the least, the less likely, and the looked over. Says God, I'm from the least of the families. I'm last in my family. And since I ain't seen no miracles, I just need a sign. Just a sign. God, just give me some assurance that you call me to do this. I'm going to lose some of y'all fake people because y'all never asked for that. But a couple of real people say, God, just give me a sign. But when I ride by the store, let the light flick 2 times. God, give me a sign. When I open my Bible up, I'm going to just open and point and let it be what God, give me a sign. Have you ever asked God, just give me a sign? God, just let one cupcake be green and the other cupcake be yellow. God, give me a sign. Let it rain on this side of the road, but not on that side. God, when I get to Kmart, if I pull into the first parking spot, you need me. God, if you ever ask God for a sign? Says, God, just give me a sign. So what you want to get? Guess what I'm going to do. Guess I got this piece of fleece. Now, I'm going to lay the fleece outside. And what I want, God, is when I wake up in the morning, I want the dew to make the fleece wet, but I want everything around it to be dry. Pastor Gideon wakes up the next morning, goes outside, the fleece is soaking wet, but the ground is dry. God said, oh, it's all right, God, that's cool. That ain't really hard to do, because maybe somebody went out while I was asleep and poured water on the fleece. They ain't all that. Has God ever given you a sign? You be like, is that really God? I need some real, that's it's kind of deep, but it ain't really all that deep. I mean, it could have happened. I've seen it on the Discovery Channel. I don't really know. Has God ever given you a sign and you had to wonder, was it really him or was it coincidence? I need to talk to some real people. Maybe that was just a coincidence. Maybe it's all in my mind. So God, do something else. Do something else. So he goes back to God and said, God, I want another sign. Here's the second shout in the text. I thank God that he puts up with my stupidity. Okay, I lost the D, folks. I thank God that he puts up with my stupidity. For the simple fact, God didn't have to give me any sign. For the simple fact, he saved me from the mess I've been in. For the simple fact that I'm still here is a sign enough that God could do anything but fail. Sorry, God, that was cool. Okay, this is what I want you to do. I said, I'm going to take the same fleece. Check this out. Put it outside. I want the fleece to be dry, but all the ground to be wet. Here's the miracle. He takes the fleece that is soaking wet, puts it outside. He wakes up the next day. The fleece is dry, but the ground is wet. Not only the miracle that the ground was wet, but God had to dry up the fleece. God said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you another sign on top of the other sign. In other words, I'm going to flip it and reverse it. Just to let you know, if God has called you to do it, there's not a devil in hell that can stop you. I just wish I had one person here that realized that God has called you for an assignment. And even though it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't sound right, if God be for you, who? I'm almost done. Almost done. So he said, all right, Gideon said, God, I'm ready to fight now. Join me in the 7th chapter of the book of Judges. Gideon said, God, I'm ready to fight. The Bible says, so Gideon now goes to fight. He has 20,000 soldiers. 20,000 soldiers. He's feeling kind of good about himself because he got a whole lot of people around him. He feels kind of good about himself because he looks around and got people with him. Have you ever had people say, I'm with you? I got you. Look, you started, I'm buying everything you sell. I'm with you. You leave, I'm leaving too. I'm with you. You quit your job. You want to quit, I'm quitting. Let's quit together. Have you ever had people that seemed like they were with you? The Bible says Gideon goes out with the 20,000. In verse 2, God says something that arrested my attention. He said, Gideon, you got too many. I come to tell somebody, this is the season that everybody you count, you can't count on. Oh, God, y'all don't want me preaching here this morning. I know you got a whole lot of people around you, but God is about to reduce the numbers because God said everybody with you ain't really with you. Everybody that's around you ain't really for you. And you got to start testing people to find out who's there for the fish and the loaves or who's there when the rubber meet the road. My God, give me somebody that's going to be there when the rubber hit the road, baby. Your neighbor talking about you gonna stick around. He says, Gideon, I can't give you victory. That's what he says, Glenda. I can't give you victory because if I do, you're gonna think that y'all did it because of everything you have. Can I tell somebody here? The reason why God has stripped you of some things is not because he doesn't love you. God had to strip you of some things so you would know that you don't have